Hello viewers, welcome to Joy's Kitchen. I hope you are doing good. Today I'm going to show you a very simple and healthy dinner recipe or dinner ideas which I call Chorizo-Egg noodles with roasted pumpkin and roasted tomato. You can see already it looks so beautiful and it's so healthy and so yummy at the same time and so filling because it's not very heavy dinner, but at the same time it's so yummy. It's not going to make you like, okay, I'm eating something boring. It's very interesting and very flavorful at the same time. So I'm going to show you step by step. Just stay with me. So these are the ingredients I actually need. I took some turkey chorizo, some very finely thin egg noodles. You can see some thyme, one pumpkin, small pumpkin. So these are the basic ingredients I need for my whole recipe. So these are the fine egg noodles I'm going to use. You can use thick egg noodles as well, but for especially this recipe, I prefer to use these noodles. And I took some turkey chorizo. You can use bacon chorizo, but I like turkey chorizo. So with turkey chorizo, I actually took medium size 3 onion and I finely sliced it, 3 eggs and 4 cloves of garlic. These are the basic ingredients I need to make my noodles. I also took one small British cooking pumpkin. You can use any size pumpkin. I'm just making for 2 the dinner, so that's why I need one small pumpkin. So yeah. So at first, in a large pan or pot, I took around 5 cups of water and I'm boiling them, and I'm adding around 1 tablespoon of salt as well, just to boil my noodles first. So when my water is boiled, now I'm gonna add 2 packets of fine egg noodles. As I said, you can use a normal size thick egg noodles as well, but I quite like the texture of these fine egg noodles, and it goes really good with chorizo. So yeah, it's gonna take like maybe 5 to 6 minutes. After around 6 minutes, I drain all the water from the noodles and I leave it separate. At the same time, in a large wok, I already took 2 tablespoons of olive oil. You can cook the whole dish in plain vegetable oil, but I prefer olive oil for it to make it a little bit healthy. So when my oil is hot, I already added those 3 eggs here, and I'm gonna make them like a scramble. I'm gonna fry them around 2 to 3 minutes with a little bit of salt, and that's gonna be like a scrambled egg, which I'm gonna add later in my noodles. So these are my scrambled eggs, which I put separately in a bowl, and I'm gonna add them later. So you can see that's the texture we want in our scrambled egg. You don't need to fry too much. So in the same wok, I'm gonna add around another 2 tablespoons of olive oil to cook my or fry my noodles. I need quite a lot of oil to fry these noodles, otherwise they're gonna stuck together and that's not gonna be really good. So, and you are using olive oil, so it's quite healthy, so I don't need to be afraid that okay, I'm gonna be more fat. So when my oil is hot, I'm gonna fry my chorizo first, because chorizo have quite a lot of paprika and chili powder, cayenne chili powder, and lots of garlic. So I need to fry my chorizo to release its own flavor and own red oil from the meat. And I'm using turkey chorizo because I don't eat pork, but if you like pork chorizo, just make with pork chorizo. So I'm gonna fry it around 2 minutes from each side, and just to give it a little bit of time to release its own flavor and the oil from it. Oh, I can already smell the smoky flavor, or paprika smoky flavor from the chorizo. It's so good. So after around 3 minutes of frying, my chorizos are done. You can see they are quite dark red now, and my oil is really red because they release their own flavor and the chilliness from the chorizo. So you can find easily nowadays this turkey chorizo everywhere. So I'm taking them in the same oil. Now I'm gonna fry my 3 sliced onion. I need quite a lot of onion for this dish because that onion gonna give really kind of sweetness in my noodles. So trust me, add as much as possible the onion. If you like more, add more. There is no problem with it. And now I'm gonna fry this onion till they are golden brown, really golden brown actually. So they're gonna take around like 4 to 5 minutes. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt now, around half teaspoon of salt, just to make quicker this process. So yeah, I'm gonna add, and at the same time I'm gonna add around 2 teaspoon or half tablespoon of chopped garlic here. Garlic is the main ingredients for this dish. Or don't forget, your chorizo have my chorizo also have garlic here. So but there is no problem because that noodle is gonna be very garlicky and very garlicky kind of flavor. So it's okay. So I'm adding like half tablespoon or 2 teaspoon of garlic here. So after around 3 minutes, my onion looks like that, which is kind of done. You can see it's nicely caramelized and nicely brown. And I can also smell the flavor from the chorizo. And now I'm gonna add my pre-cooked or pre-boiled noodles here. It's so simple. This dish is very simple. There is nothing complicated here. There is not too many flavor I'm using. Just garlic, chorizo and onion, and that's it. And a little bit of black pepper, and that's it. And now it's just the process. I'm gonna mix them all together, and then the dish gonna be done. It's gonna take around 3 to 4 minutes. I'm gonna fry them together. So you can see I am still struggling with my noodles, but it's okay. That's the fun part. It's just I'm trying to mix them all together. You can use a 2 spoon or 2 spatula to mix them, or even thong. Yeah. And at the same time I'm gonna add all my pre-fried chorizo here as well, and take all the oil from the chorizo because most of the flavor come from that oil. So I just used one packet of chorizo, but I think now I'm feeling like maybe I'm supposed to use 2 because it looks like a little bit less, but it's fine for me. But if you are a big fan of chorizo, just add more. And now I'm gonna mix all the noodles with my chorizo because chorizo is very strong kind of sausage, very strong. They have really strong flavor of paprika. So, and at the same time I'm gonna use all my pre-fried or pre-scrambled eggs as well. These 2 ingredients is the main ingredients, chorizo and scrambled egg. And trust me, it goes so good together. The fried or scrambled egg and chorizo, oh my god, they are like amazing together. And with noodles, with this kind of, especially this kind of thin noodles, it goes really good. And I'm using thin noodles because thin noodles take flavor really quickly. And at the same time I have another 2 part of my dinner. So I actually cut like this small pumpkin in half pieces. You can see it's not evenly half because I like pumpkin more, so my piece is a little bit thicker and my husband's one is a little bit thinner. And at the same time I took some vine tomatoes here as well. I'm gonna roast these vine tomatoes and pumpkin in the oven, and that's gonna be really healthy. At the same time I'm adding like around half tablespoon of olive oil on both vegetable because they're gonna be in the oven. So I'm trying to give a good massage to my pumpkin with olive oil first because I don't want to, if you don't add the oil properly, they can burn in the oven. So you make sure when you are putting this pumpkin in the oven, you just give a good massage in your pumpkin. So yeah, so after the good massage in my pumpkin, now I'm adding like 1 teaspoon, around 1 teaspoon of finely chopped garlic in it. This, when I'm gonna roast this pumpkin, trust me, this garlic flavor gonna go inside the pumpkin meat, and that's gonna be so good. You even can't believe, because you know you have to make your vegetable really healthy and at the same time very yummy as well, because vegetables are a little bit boring for some people, not for me but for some people. So I'm trying to make it a little bit more interesting and more flavorful, that you don't feel bored when you are eating vegetables. So I'm adding quite a lot of garlic actually for 1 pumpkin, but it's enough. It's good. It's really good. And at the same time I'm sprinkling a little bit of minced garlic on top of my vine tomatoes as well. It's not very necessary, but if you add a little bit of garlic on your vine tomato or roasted vine tomato, that's gonna be so good. So I'm adding around 1 pinch of salt on top of my pumpkin. I'm not gonna add too much salt because vegetable don't need too much salt, otherwise they lose their own flavor. So just a little bit should be fine. And at the same time, one pinch on top of my tomato as well. Oh, that's gonna be so healthy and so yummy, trust me. And I'm adding around one pinch of black pepper on top of my pumpkin as well. I like really strong flavor of black pepper in my pumpkin, because pumpkin and black pepper goes really good together. And when you add a little bit of garlic, oh, so good together. They just made for each other. And you can eat this pumpkin, roast pumpkin, on its own, or you can even spread, when it's soft, you can spread like a butter on top of your any bread or baguette or panini or any kind of thing actually. Even you can roast pumpkin like that and you can eat with pasta or any kind of rice. And I'm adding actually like few bunch or few shred of fresh thyme here. If you don't have fresh thyme, use dried thyme. That should work as well in the same way. And I'm like sprinkling some thyme leaf as well on top or in the middle of my pumpkin. Thyme, garlic and pumpkin, oh my god, they are like three brother sister. It's so good. So just make your pumpkin like that and you're gonna love it. I'm using fresh thyme because I love fresh thyme anyway, but if you don't have, as I said, you can use dried thyme as well. So I'm adding some more because, and at the same time I'm gonna add some thyme leaves or thyme stems on top of my tomatoes as well. So you can see pumpkin is ready, and I added some thyme stems on top of my tomato, and now they are ready to go to the oven. They are perfectly done, and now I'm gonna put it in the oven for half an hour. So yeah, they are in the oven for half an hour in 150 degree. So they're not gonna take more than half an hour because they are soft vegetables, and 150 degree. Just wait for it. So here you go guys, this is my chorizo-egg noodles with roasted pumpkin and roasted vine tomato is ready for you. And as you see, it looks so pretty, it looks like art on my plate, but trust me, it also tastes so good and so yummy and so interesting, because there's so many flavors here: thyme, garlic, chorizo, tomato. It's just so good. And I add a little bit of salad cress as well. It's just optional. I tried to make it a little bit pretty. So I hope you're gonna like my recipe and follow this recipe. And don't forget to like and subscribe my channel and follow my recipes and share my recipes with your friends, family and neighbors. And I hope you're gonna make this recipe and eat it, because it's so healthy and at the same time so yummy, and it's so good, and it looks obviously so pretty as well. So yeah, just eat healthy and live good. Bye bye. Ta-da.